my friends Peter Schrager, Nate Burleson, and Kyle Brandt. Our show brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Happy Monday. Let's go to Los Angeles, guys. SoFi Stadium opened up a historic night. The Cowboys were in town, Kyle.
Inglewood, California. Let's look at a $5 billion stadium. How does that work? You put down 10%, you put down $500 million for that place? Because it looks like it. Mike McCarthy, ninth head coach in Dallas Cowboys franchise. Here comes Dak Prescott. Does not have a long-term deal, but he has a very good running back, down 7-0 in the second quarter. He's going to go to Zeke, and Zeke runs out of bounds. No, he doesn't. He jukes out the entire Rams depth chart. This was a hell of a move right here. He goes, and then jump cut right out of the Madden Xbox console. And look at this. He's got this tattoo on his stomach that says, "Feed me." It even has a spoon on it. We got takes on that "Feed me" tattoo. Hold on a second, though. We'll get to him. 14-13 Dallas, third quarter. Malcolm Brown with the stiff arm, and he's in. Rams' run game looked really nice. That was Brown's second touchdown of the game, looking really good. Now, fourth quarter, the money quarter, the late-night quarter if you're on the East Coast, 20-17 Rams, under 12 minutes to play. Dak Prescott on a 4th and 3. Oh, what a play by Jordan Fuller. Jordan Fuller, the rook, the 6th-rounder, tackles CeeDee Lamb for the stop. Now 3rd and 5. Dak looking to the sideline. He's got his guy. Look at Jalen. Oh, my goodness. Jalen makes an awesome play on Amari Cooper. That's how you get a 5-year, $105 million deal. Now we just got to get Jalen Ramsey a swimming pool because he was all over the place, including at the very, very end. All right, here we go. 31 seconds left. You're down 3. You didn't win any big games last year. Look at this pass from Dak. Boom, he's got Gallup. They're off and running. We're going to overtime. Wait, did I see some yellow laundry? Yes, they called this offensive pass interference on Gallup. I don't know. We'll get into it in a second. Stand by. But that was the last real meaningful play of the game. It was over. The play came all the way back. Offensive pass interference on the Cowboys wideout effectively ended it and robbed us of OT. The Rams win at SoFi Stadium. The Cowboys start 0-1. And that 1 after the O stands for the DEFCON. They're already in. Let's hear from their first-year head coach, Mike McCarthy, after stumbling out of the gates. What do you think, Mike?
I think it's all part of the growth of an NFL season. You have to improve throughout the season. Number one, you have to win. You know, we needed to find a way to win that game tonight, and we didn't get that done. And we got to make sure we walk away from this opportunity and learn from it and be better, you know, for our home opener in 7 days. And that's really the reality for where we are. You know, the only thing that we won't accomplish this season will be a 16-0 season. That's the only thing that's guaranteed. But everything else is in front of us.
Head guy in charge of the D handed an L in his coaching debut there. That's Mike McCarthy. We'll get to it. Peel back the curtain a little bit. Nate, we get on the call in the morning. It's 5-something in the morning. A little groggy, very excited to talk about all this. And we're talking about the PI call, where it's Monday morning. We want to talk highlights, but the penalty interference is what has to be discussed.
Yeah, well, that's what all the Cowboys fans are sitting back talking about. My phone lit up. Every Cowboys fan, they're sitting there texting me saying that's a BS call. But then every Rams fan that I know said, no, it's the right call. Let me break it down for you. As a wide receiver, you're taught not to extend your arm. Jalen Ramsey, he's giving the signal to the ref, throw the flag. You'll see Gallup right here. He's going to extend just a little bit. Once you fully extend that arm, that gives the refs the sign that they can throw the flag. Now, it's up to them to let it happen, let them keep playing a little rough like NBA playoffs in the 90s, or you can throw it in nitpick. As a wide receiver sitting here on the show, I'm here to tell you that I'm perfectly fine with the call. I get that you might be upset, but here's the thing. You extend, they'll throw the flag. If you hit them with a chicken wing, you get the same type of separation, but you don't get the flag thrown.
Look, Clarence Hill from the Dallas newspapers got in touch with Tony Correnti after the game, and the official said this: clearly there are 2 officials from 2 different angles that had a very good look, and they didn't hesitate whatsoever. It was clear, and it was obvious. Hey, they made the call, and it wasn't just 1 official, 2 officials. Just so happens the Rams have some pretty good luck when it comes to these controversial pass interference calls.
I hated the call. Absolutely hated it. I feel like SoFi Stadium is about 10 miles from Staples Center. This did feel a lot like the NBA. Specifically, it felt like a star call. I honestly wonder, did Jalen Ramsey being Jalen Ramsey have anything to do with that call? For example, if it was Troy Hill, the Rams' other corner, are they calling that? I'll do another one. If it wasn't Michael Gallup, if it was Amari Cooper, or even if it was CeeDee Lamb wearing number 88, did they call that? No. I think you had a $100 million household name cornerback who sold it pretty well, by the way, and they called it. I don't think they should have. I think it was ridiculous. I think the Cowboys were robbed, and we were robbed of overtime. I hated the call. Let the players play. Give me something egregious if you're going to throw that flag. Did not like it. Referee radio on a Monday. Let's go to the phones, Kay.
I know I hate talking about the call, but we must. Hit us up at GMFB. Let us know how you feel. We are challenging ourselves as a show to hit as many highlights as possible in this hour, the next, and the hour after that. But let's get some headlines, too. Ian Rappaport is standing by, joining us actually right now at Rap Sheet. Tough injuries on both sides of the ball last night for the Cowboys. What's the latest on Blake Jarwin and Leighton Vander Esch?
Well, we'll start with Leighton Vander Esch. The nerve center of this Cowboys defense this year was the play call, and I know someone the Cowboys had high expectations for. Sources said he suffered a fractured collarbone early in that game yesterday. Just a couple snaps, was trying to make a play. Ended up, you're seeing it right here, getting tested. Nothing to do with the previous neck injury. This is a collarbone, but he's going to go on injured reserve. Probably going to be able to return in about 6 weeks. So a tough one, but certainly not devastating or season-ending for the Cowboys. And then there was the injury to Blake Jarwin, the promising tight end. It's on a 4-year, $22 million contract extension in the offseason. He is believed to have suffered a torn ACL, a non-contact injury. He's going to get an MRI today. But if the MRI confirms the initial diagnosis and those on-field tests are pretty good, then Jarwin would be out for the season. A big hit to depth at the tight end position in Dallas.
Several injuries to go over during our show. Ian, we appreciate you being here. It's a big day. Lots of highlights, lots of fallout and analysis. And speaking of highlights, Nate, what's next?
Let's get to it. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New Orleans Saints, and there's your QB1 for the Bucs. Tom Brady looking good in the 12-2-year, $50 million deal. First quarter, Tom Brady dropping back. Who is he looking for? Chris, God, all I do is win. Wearing number 14 now. He gave the 12 over to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady thanks him right there with a beautiful ball. He's feeling it. They're looking good thus far. 7 plays later, Tom Brady calls his own number. He gets in. He's pretty good at this quarterback sneaks. 2-yard touchdown. Oldest player to score a TD in NFL history. 43 years, 41 days old. Spike that thing. Oh, man. We were all excited at this point. It's looking like a game. Second quarter, Tom Brady. Who is he looking for? His number 1 wide receiver, and it sails. That is intercepted by Marcus Williams, one of the best young players on the defensive side of the ball in the league. Watch it again. Mike Evans, he kind of stops. Tom Brady lets it go. He sails it a little bit. A miscommunication, to say the least. He's frustrated. Okay, now, what are the Saints going to do? They're going to take advantage. Watch this. Alvin Kamara, he looked good. Oh, man. I was once told never judge a player while he's banged up. Last year, Kamara kind of limped through the season. He looked faster than ever and worth every single penny. Later in the second, Tom Brady dropping back. He's looking to make something happen. And no, that is incomplete. Brady is furious. He's looking at the ref, talking to the ref. He's saying, make the call. Tom Brady, passionate. We loved it, but it didn't necessarily translate to production. All right, third quarter. Tom Brady dropping back, and that is picked off by the Jackrabbit. That Saints defense is doing their thing. Watch it again. Tom Brady just staring down his wide receiver. And if you do that to the Jackrabbit, that is going to be a house call. Pick 6. Brady's first multi-interception game since Week 16, 2018 versus the Bills. Okay, are they still in it? Do they still have a chance? Wide open, back of the end zone, O.J. Howard off the play action. He spikes it. Okay, we got ourselves a game. They trailed 24-17, head into the fourth. Same score, Brady looking to lock it up. Let's go to the kitchen. The cook. Oh, yeah. The cook was making something special, and that is a recipe for a game ender. And this is going to ice it. Emmanuel Sanders gets on in for the 5-yard touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders is the X factor on every team. If you sign him, you're most likely going to ball out. The Saints were going to win 34-23. And I will say this, from the very beginning of the game, they had control. And speaking of losing control of a couple of those balls, here's Bruce Arians talking about the turnovers Tom Brady had.
One was a miscommunication between he and Mike, and he thought Mike was going down the middle. It's a different coverage. Mike read it right, and he He should have been across his face, but Tom just overthrew it. And the other one was it was a screen pass with an outlet called, and he threw the outlet, and it was a pick six. Bad decision.
Wow.